Week 14 of the fantasy basketball season. Here's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for this week. The first forward, Aaron Gordon of the Denver Nuggets. Gordon, he's been banged up a majority of the season for this Nugget team, and his numbers have been mediocre this year in the games he's played. 12.8 points a game, 4.9 boards, 2.7 assists, 1.2 threes, and 51% from the field. In the last couple weeks, 10.6 points a game, 2.7 boards, 1.9 assists, a 3, and 45% from the field. Gordon, across the board, his numbers are down from last season to this year. And obviously, he hasn't been 100% as well the majority of the season. January 23rd versus the Kings, 3 points, 2 boards, and assists, a 3, 12% from the field. January 25th at the T-Wolves, 13 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 threes, 50% from the field. And January 27th at the Bulls, 6 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 33% from the field. Aaron Gordon, I still think he can help fantasy owners scoring the basketball. Decent field goal percentage and rebounding, but this season his rebounds have definitely taken a hit right now with Aaron Gordon. So right now, well, he's still, I believe, getting his legs under him and not 100%, but still a good player who could put up numbers and help fantasy owners as the year goes on. Once he's back to 100%, and I think after the All-Star break, definitely could refresh him. I think Gordon's a decent buy this week. The next forward, Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley, he's having a good season this year. And obviously this Cavs team, the best team in the Eastern Conference on the year. 18.1 points a game, 8.9 boards, 2.9 assists, 1.4 blocks, 1.1 threes, and 56% from the field. But the last couple weeks, he's slumping in terms of scoring the basketball and field goal percentage. 11.3 points a game, 9.5 boards, 1.5 assists, 1.5 blocks, 47% from the field. So like I said, Mobley the last couple weeks with missing some games, banged up, and also not producing some numbers, he's a buy low candidate, because once he gets back to 100% as Mobley, we know the numbers he's putting up. So right now, like I said, well, he's in a slump and he's been banged up a little bit. He's a buy low forward this week, January 16th at the Thunder, 5 points, 3 boards, and assist, a block, 28% from the field. Then he missed games from the 18th to the 24th. January 25th versus Houston, 7 points, 8 boards, and assist, 2 blocks, 37% from the field. And January 27th, a good bounce back game, 11 points, 14 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 44% from the field. So this Cavalier team, we knew they weren't going to stay this hot all season long, even though they're 37-9 on the season. But obviously, to start the year, they couldn't be beaten. So Mobley, the numbers have dropped off a bit. Like I said, he missed 4 games with injury. Last week was Mobley. And this is a perfect time to go out there and buy him, because like I said, if he gets healthier and gets back to the numbers he was putting up, you can't get him on a little bit of a discount. You still got to pay a decent price for Mobley, I believe, but obviously not as high as you would have a couple weeks ago, where he's been struggling a little bit and not 100%. And the third and final forward I look to mind trade for is Jimmy Butler of the Miami Heat. So Butler, he's wanted out the whole season here from this Miami Heat team, and he's missed the majority of the season with injury, suspensions, and now this is going to end up him getting traded, and the Heat are in their asking price just to get Butler out of town and see what they could get in a deal, and not deal with off-the-court antics and him walking out on practices, not flying with the team as well. On the year, 17 points a game, 5.2 boards, 4.8 assists, 1.1 steals, and 54% from the field. So Butler, in terms of efficiency from the field and rebounds and assists, those numbers are still there for him. In the last month of the season, in the limited amount of games he's played, 11.4 points a game, 3.2 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 47% from the field. So Butler, he wants a contract extension at 35 years old. But this Miami Heat team, they don't want to give it to him. And now this has ended up, obviously, in a bad situation for both sides. Butler don't want to play. Pat Riley don't want to pay him. And now he's going to get traded away, and we'll see where he goes. The most likely destinations as of now were the Golden State Warriors or obviously the Phoenix Suns are the two runners for Jimmy Butler right now. And I believe if he landed in Golden State, his fantasy value would have better value, where if he landed in Phoenix, obviously behind Durant and Booker, he's going to be the third man over there, where obviously in Golden State, I believe he's easily the number 2 option in that offense is Jimmy Butler. So like I said, he's going to get traded. The deadline's February 6th, and he might sit out until the deadline is Jimmy Butler with 8 days left before it, where this Heat team, they're not going to play him, obviously, suspended him until they could trade him, or if by chance a trade doesn't happen, even though I believe it will, he'll be out for the season. Then is Butler if a trade doesn't happen. But like I said, Phoenix or Golden State, he's going to go to. And right now, well, he's been idle and he hasn't done much this season. He's a buy low candidate, is Jimmy Butler. I know you're still going to have to pay a decent price for him, but like I said, if he lands in Phoenix, I don't think the numbers are going to be what they have been over the last few seasons, where he'll be the third option. But if he lands in Golden State, I think he's a solid number 2 option, and his numbers could be the same or better they've had over the last couple seasons. So Butler right now, well, his future isn't 100% certain. And in best case, you still got to wait for a week to 10 days for him to play, is Butler. He's a buy low forward this week, so that's a few forwards I look to buy and trade for week 14 of the fantasy basketball season.